Time for another speaker build, and for this one I'm using reclaimed maple. And this was from a woodworker who did not want this type of variation in the wood. He wanted more of a clear like this. This is an example I have from another project, and this is what you would use for cabinet or furniture building. But for me, I like it because once I get the oil on there, it will bring out the dark colors and the variations, and I think it'll look really nice. And also for this speaker, I'm going to be using a JBL 2500 crossover. I have 4 of these extra from the previous builds that I have, but I don't have any of the drivers. So for that, I went to Parts Express and I bought this titanium tweeter, and I bought this woofer from Parts Express, as I just said. The tweeter, however, has a higher sensitivity rating than the original JBL 2500 titanium tweeter. This one comes in at 92. The woofer comes in at 86, so there's a 6 dB difference between them. This woofer is a little bit bigger than the original as well, so I'm going to get a little bit more power out of this, a little more volume. But I need to address the fact that there is a mismatch between the tweeter and the woofer. Otherwise, the tweeter will overpower it and it just will sound shrilly. You won't like it. So to do that, you need to put a resistor in line that goes up to the tweeter. And I've done that here with a 4 ohm resistor, right in line with the output of the crossover going up to the tweeter. That will reduce the sensitivity by 6 dB. And then I also added length to these lines. I've soldered and I've shrink wrapped these. The reason I've done that is because the original 2500 was not as tall, deep, or wide. This is going to be 8¼ inches wide by 12 inches tall and by 10 inches deep. So what I'm going to do is I will drill holes in the corners, and then I will mount the crossover like that. I still need to add the terminal wires, so I'll probably mount it like this, and then we'll run those out to the terminal cup. So I went with this terminal cup because it has banana plugs. It'll accept banana plugs. The original JBL 2500 just had clips that you would put a stripped wire into it. So I'm not really showing how I'm processing the wood. I will link to another video that shows how I've done that. If you're interested, you can watch the first 5 minutes of that video and you'll see how I mill the wood and get everything all glued up. But with that, I need to fill this with the polyfill. I need to glue the front baffle on there and then mount the drivers and get it finished. Once I've done that, I'll show you the final product and then we'll play some music. So that'll take me a few days to do that, but you'll get to see where I'm at in a matter of seconds. And here's the final product. Turned out pretty good. The front panel is made out of reclaimed elm, and that came out of some furniture that somebody was gonna throw away. And instead of throwing it away into a scrap heap, he parted it out, and I bought these pieces. They were part of a drawer. The walnut down the middle came to me from an old organ out of a New England church from the turn of the 20th century. The elm is older than that. So let's see, I didn't give part numbers on the drivers. The woofer is a Dayton Audio DSA 135-8 and it's from their designer series. It's an aluminum cone woofer. The tweeter is a Dayton Audio DC 25T-8. It's a 1-inch titanium dome tweeter. So there's also a terminal cup on the back, and that is about almost 3 inches in diameter. And I'm using JBL 2500 crossovers that you can get on eBay. The total cost for everything, the woofer is $35 each, so that's a total of $70. The tweeter is $17 each, so that's $34. The terminal cups are $6 each, total of $12. And the JBL crossovers I got on eBay for $22 a piece, so we're looking at $44. The cost for all the speaker components themselves was $160. The wood itself was $50, and that included the front panel and the maple. So that brings the total cost to $210. And these sound way better than $210 speakers. And that's what we're gonna do next. We're gonna just play some music and you can take a listen for yourself. Granted, each time I say that it is a function of how good the microphone is that I'm recording on and how good the speakers are that you are listening on, but at least you get an idea for what these things sound like. And if you're interested in buying these, send me an email and we can take care of that. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe if you get a chance. Thank you for watching.